But everybody that enters sales struggles in this area. But it's a real mindset shift. Your role is the truth teller, and their role when you're objection handling. And you start on a high because you're there, you're passionate, you're excited to change your life. The whole point is to dismiss and make them understand the truth that Hey guys, Brian here from Winning International, and in this video I'm going to be discussing the commonly unspoken truth to objection handling, so that once you understand this, it will enable you to close every single person that you speak to that gets to the end and has objections. But everybody that enters sales struggles in this area. And this is something that I cover big time in my book in the sales chapter, Secrets of the Seven-Figure Coach. But it is really a secret ingredient. If you struggle with this area though, guys, what pretty much happens is the whole sales conversation becomes numbing. Because you know you're gonna get to that point at the end of the conversation, that painful point where you're gonna have to ask for the sale. And secondly, if any objections come out, it ruins your experience and it ruins the actual sale. So if we can get this right though, if we can understand the truth of the dynamics that are really happening at this point in the conversation and be able to master them from that standpoint, it's going to make this process so much more comfortable for you so you enjoy selling, and more importantly, it's going to make you close every single person that has objections once you know that they're right, because you should only ever be pitching people if you know they're right for the program, okay? So that's really, really important. So let's get straight into it, guys. I've had someone specifically recently in our 7-Figure Coach program having this issue big time, and so we've gone through this process a lot, but it's a real mindset shift. And that one shift that we need to get to understand objection handling is to understand what's really going on with you and what's really going on with the person you're speaking to, okay? And that is that your role is the truth teller, and their role when you're objection handling is the person that's engulfed with fear. As soon as you understand that you're actually speaking to someone's fear, you're not actually speaking to them, it changes everything. All of a sudden you realize it's not them casting that negativity onto you. All of a sudden you realize why they're putting things forwards to you and challenging you and bringing up things that you rationally know are completely unrealistic and just sometimes downright ridiculous. It's because it's not the actual version of them. Because here's what's happening throughout the conversation, guys. You start off, you bring someone into the conversation and you start on a high because you're there, you're passionate, you're excited to change your life. They come into the conversation though with the one that has the problem. Okay, they're struggling in one area and they're looking to solve that, but they're not feeling good about that situation right now. So their energy's down there, they're disempowered. But what happens is as you go throughout the conversation and you're giving advice and building them up, their empowerment, their level of empowerment rises. So they start down here, they end up here, and that's thanks to you. You're doing your stuff, you're rocking it out. But we know that point in the conversation where that dynamic switches. It goes from you being really empowered and them being really empowered, but then as soon as you say the words or suggest that you actually want to change your life and it's time to get real, they freak the hell out. You freak the hell out. And what happens is it's the best version of you versus the worst version of them. But unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, based on the average close rate of 10, sometimes 20% as a coach, is that 9 times out of 10, the worst version of the client convinces the best version of you that now's not the right time to change your life. And that's their fear. Their fear, you've got to understand, is a vicious beast. Because the role of the fear is to keep someone alive. Fear is not just an annoying tactic that's used to stop you from closing them. Fear is something that's a pre-built emotion and a driver that's meant to keep you alive. So what the fear does, I just want you to imagine this metaphor. It's casting out a line with a hook and some bait on it. And they will say anything they can to get you to claw and grab onto that and believe their story. Believe their story, and as soon as you do, then they've lured you in, they've hooked you, the sale is over. You will now, every time that happens, if they put something out and say, oh, I'm not committed, just shoo that stuff out of your face because you know it's not the truth, you know it's not real. Because think of it this way, it's like time and time again, you've had clients that have been going through a similar thing to what this person you're speaking to with the objection has gone through, but somehow that client makes it out. Somehow that client finds a way. We had this amazing client, Ali, that joined our 6-Figure Coach program recently. She's got 9 kids. And she's still finding a way, after working other jobs to get cash flow and stuff like that, to work on her coaching business. there will never come a time again when we speak to a parent who's got 1 or 2 kids that can't find the time, when Ali's got 9 kids. So what I want you guys to do right now is I want you to think of every single time you've had a potential sale and someone's cast an objection out. And I want you to, in your head, make a decision that you know that it's fear, that you are 100% aware that, you know, that the real issue here is that they're not coming from the best version of themselves. And realize that your role at this point where they're down here and their fear's taking control, your point is to dismiss and make them understand the truth that that fear's there. And secondly, you want to empower them and bring them up so that 9 times out of 10, instead of the worst version of them convincing the best version of you that now's not the right time to change, you know, instead, how about the best version of you empowers them up and makes them realize that they need to overcome that fear. They can overcome that fear, and that now is the time for them to change. Your truth versus their fear, and your truth needs to empower that fear up and to overcome it, as opposed to that fear dragging you down with that hook, that objection, whether it's time, money, need to speak to the partner, need to think about it, you know, I'm just not sure if now's the right time. All fear. So guys, realize that dynamic. Coming from that empowered state where it's your job to bring them up, to step them up, and to change their life, and you will never look at objections the same way again. That's it for this video, guys. I want you to comment below, and I want you to tell me one thing that you're going to change moving forwards when it comes to objections thanks to this video. Just that one thing. So go below, comment that, and I'll speak to you guys in a video soon. Peace out, guys.